Okay. I'm turning on YouTube right now. Uh, Now let me turn on Facebook. All right. Let me also go to the other page.
Oh,
Try to get some more people to come in. I'm almost ready. All right. So, 7:58. Oh, we on time. Okay. Everything sounds good. We ready?
Ready to go.
Let's start with the cheers. All right, this is the N.O.T.E Podcast. Welcome back. Glad to have everybody back listening to us on the N.O.T Podcast. I'm Jay Daves. That's JB the General. Last week I was in Dallas. Now I'm back home in Tennessee. We're back on Zoom. Last week was pretty good. Last week, being side by side. We need to do that again.
Yeah, like I told you, we got big things in the making for the people. We got it in the works.
So all right, let's get started. Let's start off the top. Let's talk about that Super Bowl performance last week. Last week, Super Bowl performance with Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Mary J, Kendrick Lamar, 50 Cent. Is that everybody? Am I missing anybody?
Kendrick Lamar, Anderson Pike.
But did he perform or he just played drums?
I have no idea.
No, I think he just played drums. But I did see him out there. I mean, was it a good performance? Was it the best performance in a while? I mean, what did you think?
As you know, I didn't watch it because I haven't watched the halftime show in 10 years, maybe even more. It's not my thing. But with that being said, I have heard and seen we're looking for a word. Well, anyway, I've heard and seen that people have said that it's pretty much the greatest halftime show of all time for what people have said.
Okay.
I disagree.
Disagree? Why would you disagree?
Well, because remember that halftime show Michael Jackson put on? You don't remember that?
Yeah, but that was done. They just showed that the other day, 1993.
Exactly.
One of them Dallas Super Bowls with the Buffalo Bills.
Exactly. So Mike,
well, I was saying the greatest in the wild, not the greatest all time. I meant to say greatest in like.
I've seen. Man, I can't find a freaking word that I'm looking for. Comments. I've seen comments where people have said that this is probably the greatest Super Bowl show of all time with the lineup that they had and the performances that they gave with a lot of nostalgia. But I mean, it's Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson is arguably the greatest performer of all time. You know, in my book, he's the greatest performer of all time. If you want to say like that lineup they had, and then you got a lot of Beyonce fans out there who say that Beyonce won probably. You know.
When did Beyonce do a Super Bowl? I don't remember that one.
I think it was a few years ago. You know, I want to say that was pre-COVID, like the year before COVID. You know, but for me, now I will say, I wish I would have watched it, only because of again the nostalgia. But outside of that, man, you know, to me, I can't put it up there as the greatest. I'm sorry. You know, you said it was one of the greatest. I get you. But to me,
now, I'm not gonna say the greatest. It was one of the greatest.
That's what I said. One of the greatest. You know, so I will say that. You know, I will say that.
Let's talk about some of the memes that I saw, man. Like everybody's like
2016.
What's that?
Hers was 2016.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was okay. Let's talk about some of the memes that they was trying to get after. Like, why would it? I was like, why were they trying to get after 50 Cent? He don't even look like he's like fat. He just.
Oh yeah, how they were saying he's a full dollar now.
Yeah, like, do you expect to be the same size within 20 years? I mean, you have to work out every day.
No, I mean, I don't think he didn't really care for it too much, honestly.
But yeah, I mean, he was one of the special. I guess he was a special guest, like whatever. And if you watch this, please make comments about the halftime show. We still got a little bit of time left. If you're watching, let me hear some of your comments.
All right. So look, 50 to me, 50 get money from power, all these different powers he got out right now. So it's just funny how people are going off on him, man. Well, going in on him, making fun of him. I ain't gonna say going in or going off. They're making a lot of fun of him. But it's really good to see him like perform, and also Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah,
You
he hasn't
know,
performed.
because
He hasn't performed in a while.
no, I be honest with you, I thought the man was actually retired from rapping. I don't know when last time he came out with an album. But the whole 50 Cent, I find it funny because people are ribbing him because how big he looks. But the thing is, isn't he always clowning people all the time? Like,
Yeah, I saw that
everything.
somebody's post.
So I just feel like, man, 50, like, hey, again, they say he looked like a whole dollar, but man, hey, he making millions of dollars. But for the rest of them, um, I don't remember last time Dr. Dre did something. Snoop got a new album, just bought Death
I guess
Row.
I guess the era
Just
has
came out with
passed
an
though.
album not too long ago. Eminem hasn't really been doing much of lately. A lot of people, giving him crap for him kneeling at the
Yeah,
half.
that was another thing. Yeah, they was mad about him about that.
But you know what? I was reading a comment that basically said that, you had some people who didn't want to perform, blacks didn't want to perform because of the whole Colin Kaepernick thing.
Uh-huh.
So for Eminem to kneel, now for my you could tell me better than I would know because I didn't watch it. But wasn't he the only one who kneeled?
Yep.
So for Eminem to do that, man, I've never been the biggest fan of Eminem, but for him to do that, man, I do salute him for that, man, to say like, hey, look, if ain't nobody else gonna do it, I'm gonna do it because I don't know who's performed the last couple of Super Bowls, but again, because I don't really watch them. To be honest with you, I just once it's halftime, I go and start doing other things.
Or you want to know that go and get go get something to eat during halftime.
Man, whatever. I go take me a nap. I go eat. I change the channel, watch something. I watch the commercials. I always watch like Super Bowl commercials to see how funny they are. But
Yeah, that's what
outside
most
of that,
people
as
do.
far as like halftime shows, I'm just not that interested. I don't care who performing. Again, well, unless it was again like a Michael Jackson or Tupac or somebody or
And I
somebody.
thought they was going to do a Tupac hologram.
Nah,
I thought they was
I
going to do
think
that.
they kind of laid that to rest, you know. But again, that's just how I am. But again, I just heard it was a good performance. That I will say I heard that. So
All right. Give me one sec. Somebody asked me for the link. They want to come into the. Give me one sec. We're going to move on. We do one more thing. We'll move on. We're also live on YouTube as well. Black Science Fiction Society. On comment. Oh, this is saying JD. Yeah, if you're watching, man, thanks for watching, man. Yeah, this is the N.O.T E Podcast. We're here on YouTube Live. I just posted on Facebook, and we're here on Zoom. So let's talk about your guy John Claude Van Damme. He's gonna fight all his old villains in his final action movie. And as I pull up the video for it. I mean, not the video, but the picture. Actually, no, I don't have the picture. But yes, I do.
Mr. Jean-Claude Van Damme
There it is. You see it?
yeah.
But my thing is like, ain't all his old guys are like barely standing.
Some of them are dead.
I know Bolo's still alive. That's one of his main guys. He main villains. Bolo.
For Bloodsport.
Yeah. Bloodsport and Double Impact.
Dolph Lundgren.
He's still alive?
Man, Dolph Lundgren, man, he just did Creed too.
Woo.
Yeah,
He's still like he's in good shape.
Yeah, well, he got back in the shape. He had looked bad, man, but
Bolo looks like he's like looking like Miss Miyagi.
Man, you know, it's funny because I made this a topic, right? And the reason I made this a topic is because I remember at one point, man, that dude went, he was up here, then he went way down here. I mean, he completely like dropped off the map because he was into cocaine real bad.
Hold on, somebody said no. Black science fiction. Why you saying no? Like, comment. I gotta see his comments about why does everybody get backlash on Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Well, he hasn't did movies. He hasn't really been doing movies in a while because he's not an A-list actor anymore. I mean, if you look at people,
yeah. You remember what Sylvester Stallone did years ago?
Okay, so I was just gonna say, you think about people that was kind of around his age that still do movies. You got Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Willis will do a movie here and there, action type dudes.
Yeah.
Who was else in that his genre that still really does action movies?
You got to put Arnold up in there. Arnold.
Yeah, but Arnold's still doing movies, but now he looks even older than all of them.
He just did the commercial.
But see, okay, so I made this a topic because if you think about it, man, all right, at one point, this dude had like some great movies. He had like some great movies, right?
Hold on. Somebody said, no more Van Damme, please. I thought it was over. It is not over, Black science fiction. It's going to happen. But go ahead.
Yeah, all right. So he had Time Cop, right? Have you ever seen Time Cop?
I can remember a Time Cop. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he had Time Cop, man. Time Cop was basically, he was a cop that went back in time. And, some dude was basically, I don't know, trying to control time. And I don't know what happened, but he had to, basically go back in time and stuff like that. And I mean, it was a great movie. It's hard to describe, but it was a great movie. It was a real hard movie. It was, I'm telling you, you got to see it. You got to see it. Time Cop, he had this movie called Foreign Legion. And it had, the black dude that was in Oz. If you go back and watch Oz, Adebisi. All right. Then he had the movie, like you said, with the dude Bolo. God dang it, I just saw it. I can't think of the top of it.
Just saw Bolo.
Bloodsport.
Yeah, Bloodsport, yeah.
Then he had Universal Soldier, which was good. But out of all his villains, I only remember like Dolph Lundgren, because again, he was the Russian and the greatest Rocky movie to me of all time, which was Rocky 4. If he dies,
you got to put Bolo up there because I think three movies that Van Damme's been in, Bolo's been in.
Yeah, Bloodsport. Bloodsport was, his
Bloodsport, Double Impact, and I think the one with Dennis Rodman.
His three greatest movies of all time to me was it was Time Cop, Bloodsport, and I like Universal Soldier.
That was pretty good. Yeah,
those were his three greatest movies. But if you think about it, dude, this dude was on top of his game, man. And at one point, he was paying $250,000 a month on child support.
Wow. Well, that's probably why he's doing the movie then.
$250. He was paying $250 a month on child support. And then he was doing way too much. You know what I'm saying? He was doing way too much with the sauce. You
Thank you very much.
Way too much with the sauce. And $250 a month. So I just think, man, between the drugs, the child support, and not making enough income because he wasn't that actor that he used to be, man, he kind of fell off. But at one point, dude, he was one of the greatest action movie actors, period. One of the greatest movies of all time, period. So I just feel like, man, I just had to put this as a topic because, I mean, I know the dude, now Street Fighters was awful. Street Fighters was, I mean, that was god awful.
Oh, I forgot about Street Fighter. Hold on.
It was god awful. But the dude who played Bison died. He died like
the guy from the Addams Family.
Yeah, he died a long time ago. But I mean, I don't remember his villains outside of the dude Bolo, and Bloodsport and Dolph Lundgren.
Somebody said he was the king of B-level action movies, John Carr.
Well, now, but if you think,
oh yeah, back in the 90s, oh yeah, he was
early 90s, like the whole 90s, and I don't know when Bloodsport, Time Cop, I think was maybe like early 90s. I mean, from 90 to 2000, all of his movies were like, I mean, they were like on fire. This dude, if you think of him and Sylvester Stallone and Bruce Willis, he was up there with all three. Now his movies haven't stood the test of time like Bruce Willis' movies, all the Die Hard movies, and then Bruce Willis still acting, and in the Rambo movies. But he was up there, man. I mean, you can't hate on the man. He was up there, dude. If you just go back and watch some of his movies. You can't
hate on John Claude.
Nah, if you just go back and watch some of his movies, especially like Bloodsport. I remember when a dude like threw the powder in his eyes and he was fighting blind. That was one of the greatest movie scenes of all time, man. Like that was freaking insane. That was great. And then, I still remember, I don't know what show it was, but when he was in his prime, he made somebody hold like a cup on their head, and he jumped and he like did a spin kick and he kicked it off, without kicking the dude in the face. It was, so.
You remember who his brother was, right?
That ain't his real brother. I looked it up. It was
the Ron Van Dam from
that wasn't his real brother.
That was real brother.
Nah,
I thought they were half brothers.
Cause I forgot what this dude is. Like John Claude is, I forgot what nationality he is, man, but I think he's from Brussels or something like that. Like, he's something. But John, I mean, Rob Van Dam was just a regular dude that just took on the name. I don't know that, I can't remember that it was his real name or not. But people used to just associate them together, like, oh, that ain't brother. They weren't real brothers, man. It was never a thing. But again, man, if you just go back and watch some of his movies, and I dare you say that they weren't good movies. I dare you.
I didn't say no, they were good.
Not Street Fighters.
But most of the movies were good movies.
Don't count Street Fighters. That was trash. I mean, that was Russell Westbrook trash. Okay, so don't count that. But you just go back and watch Bloodsport, Time Cop, and his movie called Legion, Foreign Legion, or something like that. You'll be like, man.
Well, Jet Li was more 2000. Jet Li was the best at that time. At the time, don't forget Steven Seagal. Oh yeah,
Steven Seagal can't act. You can't put them two together.
Hold on, man.
Steven Seagal he always had his thing.
Oh, hold up.
Squinty eye. He
talking about my guy Steven Seagal.
He couldn't act. Steven Seagal made, some of all his movies. He was, I'm gonna put you in jail, and when I get you, it's gonna be over, and it's gonna be hard for you to get away.
We're talking about a guy who never kicked. He always used his hands.
Yeah, I know, man. But that's exactly. He was the same dude. Yeah, you'll never get away, cause I'm Steven Seagal. You'll never get away. I'm gonna put you away and lock you up forever and ever and ever, cause my name is Steven Seagal. Dude, okay, put some feeling into that, man.
If you could take Jet Li out and put in Jackie Chan, I'd take Jackie
I
Chan.
prefer Jackie Chan over Jet Li because Jackie Chan had more range. So, and he did his own stunts. I think Jet Li did too, but I mean, Steven Seagal was not Steven Seagal. Get that out. Get that trash out of here, man. I mean, he had a few good movies. The one with him and DMX, I like that. I don't remember the name of the movie.
That was
God, it's on the top of my head. My memory bad, y'all. I got
that Queen of no, it's not Queen of the Damned. That was the other Leah movie.
Queen of the Damned, man. You all out there, my brother. What are you talking about?
Somebody help me out here in these comments. Somebody help me out.
Oh, that was From the Cradle to the Cradle to the Grave.
Yeah.
DMX. From the Cradle to the Grave. That was a good movie. Rest in peace to my brother DMX. Can I get a Hennessy Paradise? That was the only part of the movie I remember what DMX said. Now I don't remember what else he said. But man, look, I don't know how he gonna fight his villains because they probably 100. He 100, but he was on the Expendables. He looked coked up.
That's what I was talking about with all the old action hero guys.
Yeah, it was Expendables 2. They actually did 4 of them, which I didn't get to the third one. I don't know if I watched 3, but I was 4. But he was on part 2. He played a villain.
Jet Li was the Lethal Weapon?
Lethal Weapon?
Jet Li was?
I think so.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know that. That was probably like
somebody just commented that on YouTube.
But I mean, look, man. The man is old. He took a lot of drugs. It's time for him to retire. Yes, he is a B-list actor now because the drugs and the child support got him. If you pay 250 stacks of child support, I'm saying you might have to do a little something to take that edge off. You have to take that edge off yourself. 250,000 a month. And that's what ended that man's career.
What is he like in his 60s, 65?
I have no idea. He old. All
right, let's move on.
He old. Backflips.
Novak Djokovic says he will opt out of the future Grand Slams with COVID-19 vaccine mandates.
All right.
I have stories about that.
All right. So listen, right. You and I have talked about this several times.
More than
this was part of the podcast since COVID hit, right?
Right.
Okay, so why? And I'm gonna bring Kyrie Irving into this too.
There it is.
Why are we still forcing people to take this? To work, to play a sport, and to do things. I think Djokovic, if I'm not Novak Djokovic, is the greatest men's tennis player of all time.
It's between him and Federer. They go neck to neck.
No, I think he passed Federer. I actually think he passed Federer. Okay. Not too long ago, man. But what I don't understand is the fact that, why would you force this man to do something that he doesn't want to do among other people? Why are we still trying to force people to do this when basically it was kind of proven false that it's not the people that aren't vaccinated passing it on to people that are vaccinated. That has been proven to be false. It's even if you're vaccinated, you can still pass it on to somebody that is vaccinated, or you can pass to somebody that's not vaccinated. Look, to me, right, there's no right or wrong in this to me. And again, when you and I do this podcast, everything that we talk about is subjective. Okay, it's opinionated. You have your opinions on certain things. I have my opinions on certain things. We share a lot of the same opinions. but that's okay. But why are you trying to force somebody to do something just because you don't agree with it?
Remember what you said.
Give people the right to do that.
Remember what you said months ago, like they trying to take our rights away.
Mm-hmm. So my thing is, right, you know how much money a lot of these venues, these tennis venues are gonna lose if he refuses to play.
Yeah, he has a platform now, so he can use that platform.
Yeah. I mean, dude, this dude between him, Federer, and Nadal were like the three top tier dudes. I think Federer actually retired. That's what I'm saying. I think he passed.
So he did retire. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I think he passed Federer, because Federer retired. Because for years he was chasing Federer. Then you got to do Nadal, which I don't know if he's still playing or not. But so far, outside of like Serena, and she's older now. She has a kid, kid or kids. So I think she retired, or she's not how, I mean, of course she, her being older, so she's not up there the way she used to be. But between her and Djokovic, those are the faces of tennis, for respectively for the men's and the women's. And so if this dude steps away and says, I'm not playing because y'all trying to force me to get vaccinated, yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, why are we still doing this? To me, like even with Kyrie Irving, Kyrie Irving had to play part-time because the city of New York won't let people play that aren't vaccinated.
And it looks like New York might lift that in a couple more months.
I mean, look, okay, I kind of understand the hype, when everything with COVID was at its height. Look, it's nothing wrong with, being cautionary, having precautions and for safety reasons. I get it. But my thing is, again, if a person, chooses to do something on their own accord, and you're vaccinated and I'm not vaccinated, you're protected from me, more than I'm protected from you, So it's kind of like that should be my, my decision to make. If I don't want to do something, I should have the right to do it, but I feel like we kind of using this to kind of force people to, do things that they don't want to do, and again, I'm not going to go too far into this because we've, dealt with this topic, several times. And the only reason I made this a topic is because of who Novak Djokovic is,
right?
And the type of impact that he has, in the world of tennis.
Right.
And you have other people that's kind of spoken up, like that's kind of been like high level actors and athletes that have spoken against it. And you and I remember we did a podcast before where actors were getting fired because they didn't want to do it.
Right.
So
that's when it was really heavy with the COVID.
Exactly. So now for Djokovic to not do it, which is, to me, he's the highest level outside of Aaron Rodgers. But see, Aaron Rodgers kind of lied about it. Djokovic straight up said, like, look, I ain't doing it, and I won't be attending Wimbledon. And, Wimbledon is considered like the biggest, event period for tennis. If you watch tennis, and I did as a kid, my sister used to watch it, whatever. I don't care what you think, whatever, forget you. Tennis. I watch all kinds of sports. Okay. So Wimbledon,
I had to do a photo booth for a tennis event.
Yeah, so Wimbledon was always one of the biggest tennis events, man, period. So that man says he's skipping it. I mean, come on, man. Like, really, y'all losing money, that y'all could be making on Djokovic. Come on, man. Come on. It is what it is.
All right, next topic. Yeah, you remember? Hold on, my microphone's too high. Am I too loud?
No, because I was trying to be like, what are you saying?
I need to go up some more. What about now?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Versus was planning on charging people for subscription, and I think what Swiss Beats did, I think he put a hold on that. Let me see if I can find that story. Here it is. Yeah, Versus was trying to charge people to watch Versus, and they was going to try to do that with the Anthony Hamilton and Music Soul Child thing.
Yeah.
But Swiss Beats cleared it up with the news about the subscription charge, and fans were pissed off about that. Let me pull up another story.
All right, so I'm gonna let you start off with that one, and then I'm gonna chime in. So, well,
It was bound to happen.
But see, you've been into the versus thing because I remember you kind of like were one of the first.
A lot of people like the verses.
Yeah, you were one of the first people though that I heard actually talk about verses, because before when it first came out, I was like, "What the heck is this verses? What is this?" And then I remember you and Justin. Shout out to my homeboy Justin. That was, y'all did y'all little verses when y'all was DJing, right?
Yeah, that was me and Mary. Somebody said versus becoming commercial now. So yeah, it was bound to happen.
Okay, so
in case you're back to loop, the news of the new subscription versus has left fans rightfully upset.
Would you pay for it?
Nah. Because, well, no. I wouldn't pay for it. Why?
You thought about it. You thought about it, so that means you would do it.
No. I was reading this.
Do it. You thought.
I was reading the thing about the tweet.
You thought about it. All right. So let me tell you something, man. First of all, I've only watched 1.5 verses. 1.5.
What was the half?
All right. Let me start off by saying the first one. The first one I ever watched was Jeezy versus Gucci Mane.
Oh, you're 2 years behind on that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why. Because the thing is, the history between those two. You know what I'm saying? I actually
said, okay, hold on. Somebody said it depends on the artist. I would not pay for Bone and 3-6. Nah. I wouldn't pay for none of them.
So let me go.
Go ahead.
So the history of those two, knowing how long they hated each other, and for them two to come together, I was like, oh man, them dudes hate each other. They done, one almost came to blows. That was a death behind it. It was good music. So I had to watch that, you know what I'm saying? And that, to be honest with you, I actually lived in Georgia for almost a year when some of that stuff kind of was going down like a little bit. So I kind of was in that area, era, I actually said it right. So it intrigued me. Then the other one I watched, it was E40 and Too Short.
That was good.
But it was funny. It was more comical, so I kind of watched that. But see, the only beef that I've always had with verses is I feel like they don't really get necessarily the two people that to me are compatible. They've had people that maybe have had issues, but a lot of it, and I ain't even talking about beef with each other. I don't care. You don't have to have beef with me. But to me, it's like you had one with Snoop and DMX, rest in peace again. This is the second time I mentioned DMX. And I'm like, DMX, Snoop Dogg, what? That's like a weird, I don't know. That's just, that was weird. The styles were just so different for me. I don't know. And then like, okay, you had Music Soul Child and Anthony Hamilton.
But that was more towards ladies. It was Valentine's Day.
Yeah, and I get it. But to me, like Anthony Hamilton was a dude, like, had a very distinct voice. That's like a Jaheim type of deal. Like, why could it have been him? I just feel like they never put the right people together.
Nah, that was good for the ladies. Them two,
yeah,
again, like I said, it wasn't for us.
But
what I'm saying, Beanie Man and Bounty Killer. That was a great one.
Yeah, okay, that's good because those are two of your more high profile reggae artists. That made sense to me. But a lot of the other ones, man, they just don't.
Yeah, there was some terrible ones.
Yeah, it just don't make sense to me. And so now you want me to pay for something? 3 6 Mafia and Bone Thugs and Harmony. I was like, but why? You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't a good. I don't know. Like, one was real fast rapping, and then one was kind of laid back, more.
They should have did. They should have did 3 6 Mafia and Cash Money. That's what they should have did.
No.
Yes.
Look, all right. So let me tell you something, right? Remember when the whole Wayne thing was going down? People was like, "Oh, who can be on the stage with Wayne and all this and all that." To me, it wasn't about that. I would have put Wayne with Future. Like him and Future, because Future got a long catalog. If you want to
Wayne been around for almost 20 years.
Huh?
Wayne been around for 20 years.
Yeah,
Future been around for about 10 years.
Future?
2008.
Nah, but that doesn't matter though. The man got a long catalog. I mean,
but you want to put that person with somebody in that era though. Put somebody 20 years.
But that's not what people have been doing lately, though.
That's what they need to be doing.
I mean, how long was Snoop out before DMX came out?
Again, I mean that was that. They should have never did that.
Yeah, they should never did it. So what I'm saying is, to me, it was more about like the type of music that you make. I look at Wayne again. Wayne is way more lyrically on a level than Future, right? But all that music that they be talking about. Taking 1 million drugs, women, sex, that's Future. Future is the same type of dude, but just a different type of vibe.
Are you looking at the comments? Because I got comments on here on the.
I didn't get a chance to see that.
That Bone and 3 6 could have been good if Bone had not underestimated 3 6.
But it's still a different type of vibe.
Yeah.
To me, like. Outkast, right? Now, Outkast never did a verses, right? Exactly. Thank you. Somebody said exactly what I said.
That's going to come up pretty soon.
Cash Money versus
that's going to come up.
Baby and Master P don't like each other. They don't get along, so that would never happen. But to me,
they had an agreement, but
mystical versus somebody like Busta Rhymes. They both rap fast. They both, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's compatible. That's stuff that you could really like, oh man, this dude got extensive catalog. This dude got extensive catalog. They both kind of rap fast, or something. You got to put people, to me, together. Like, okay, Outkast versus somebody like 8 Ball and MJG.
That would be good.
South versus South. Legends in the game, come on, man.
But they've been around like, pretty much the same time. Yeah, that would work.
I feel like Versus kind of went and got people that I guess they felt like weren't relevant anymore. But they
well, you remember Versus went to Triller, and when Triller took over, that just went just went left field on that one. If Swiss Beats and Timberland would have still like held on to it, maybe it would have been that way.
I don't know. They had some weird matchups before. I agree with that one. 8 Ball and MJ.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
UGK. Those are things to me that work. But why are we charging people for this? Why are we trying to charge people for this, man. Well, really, it's
like you
supposed to
said,
be.
it became commercialized. So there's like, well, we can profit out of this. I knew. Listen, when Triller took over Versus, I knew it was going to be some money and payments going to be involved in this. Because Triller is kind of like a net. Triller's almost a network.
I mean, it is, but so basically, what they probably are going to do then is you're basically going to have like what they got right now, which is you have like app. What do they call these apps? Like a Hulu. Okay, let's say like you're gonna have a
Hulu,
Hulu.
like well, there's some apps out there like Caffeine. That's an app for like like battle rap.
No, but what I'm saying is what they're gonna do is eventually they're probably going to put verses and attach it to something like a Netflix or a Hulu or its own subscription.
Right now, Triller has the rights. Triller has the rights to it.
And so
somebody can buy
what
them
is
out.
what is going to end up happening is that you're going to have to subscribe to a, what is it, Triller or Thriller? Triller, right? You're going to end up subscribing to a Triller just to watch verses. And you're going to turn people off. Now you're going to have diehard people, such as yourself, that'll be like, man, I'm going to get like, I got to get that Triller to watch verses. So somebody's going to do it. But I feel like you're taking away from what it was. It was something that kind of started off, first of all, during COVID as to keep people entertained, and still celebrate the music and the hip hop culture, to something that's being, like somebody else said in the comments, commercialized. It just loses what it was. It's not going to be what it was anymore. But that's why, again, I've never really been on it other than like certain people, Now I did watch a little bit of Escape versus I think it was SWV or something, which to me wasn't another good match, but okay. I felt like SWV should have went against like In Vogue or something, like somebody that, Escape is good, but I think it was so many other, women groups that could have went, whatever. But anyway, I just feel like, man, they kind of trying to take advantage of a lot of, people, man. I hate when things like that happen, but it is what it is. We'll see.
All right. That was actually a good topic. Next topic. Adrian Peterson. Apparently, he was arrested over the Super Bowl. Was it before or during the Super Bowl weekend?
I think it was actually during the Super Bowl weekend.
Yeah, Adrian Peterson arrested at LAX for allegedly assaulting his wife on the plane. This man has a bad temper, man. Like, NFL free agent running back was arrested Saturday at Los Angeles International Airport after reports of a verbal physical altercation between a male suspect and a male victim on a plane, according to the airport police. The plane was already on the tarmac, returned to the gate, where Peterson was booked on the suspicion of a felony domestic violence injury to a spouse. He was released later on $50,000 bond. Was scheduled to appear in court June 16th. So now, you remember like maybe 6-7 years ago, he beat his child too bad. Remember that?
I actually was just that's actually what I'm over here Googling,
Is that the same wife or that different wife?
I actually don't remember.
Titans should have let them go. You're right. I would have kept him on the Titans.
All right, so look. Here's the thing about this, man. All right.
Boy, before you get to that, I met Peterson when I lived in Minnesota.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
When he shook my hand, I was literally on my knees. He don't know his own strength.
All right,
so for him to beat his child and beat his wife, I could probably see he don't know his own strength.
All right. I want to say that probably was about 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
He actually beat his son with a switch, off a tree. Now, anybody that ever got beat with a switch, I got beat with a switch.
Yeah, I got beat with a switch.
It is one of the worst things in existence. Right now, yes. These days and times, you would go to jail for child abuse. Back in the 80s and 90s, no. I mean, that was a common thing. So he's trying to get back into the NFL. He still hasn't retired. That career is over. It's done now. It's a wrap.
Well, he was done, but the Titans asked him to come and play. He was like,
I know. And
so he was semi-retired, but he said somebody picks him up, he will come and play.
Yeah, but he was only retired because nobody was trying to get him anymore.
I thought he was like, I'm semi-retired.
No, he just nobody had picked him up. But now it's over. His career is finally done. And so when I look at Adrian Peterson, man, and it's unfortunate, but when you look at them, these are gonna be the two marks that negative marks that people are gonna put on him. First thing they're gonna say is, and then you know how it is, man, as a black man, especially, oh, he was a child abuser, oh yeah, he was a great NFL, but he was a child abuser, he was a woman abuser.
Oh yeah, they're gonna say that. Yeah.
And look, you put yourself in a situation like, look, when he beat his kid, again, maybe he was raised like that, because most of us, came up from a household where that was, pretty much common, back in those times. It's a different time now. You couldn't do that, so he did that. But now, even worse, not even worse, because they both, were bad. I don't know how bad he beat his son or whatever, but now you beat up your wife, man. And I've always said, look, unless, my wife tried to kill me for some other reason, you know what I'm saying?
Why you looking that way?
Unless my wife tried to kill me or something, I wouldn't put my hands on my wife. I've never had, never will. I'm just trying to make sure she don't do anything crazy right now, because she was like, oh yeah, come looking at me funny, whatever. Now I gotta watch when I sleep. But anyway, I never put my hands on a woman. I have 3 daughters. I never, I don't do that. I've never respected a man that did that anyway. We don't know the details, but for the most part, man, like as a man, especially Adrian Peterson, I think what is about 6'2", 6'1". Like you said, he probably weighs every bit of about 220 pounds or more.
He's probably like maybe 200, probably right at 200.
Yeah, somewhere up in there.
Like I met this guy in person. I'm like, oh, he doesn't look that big, but
yeah, but I know if he's still playing the NFL, he keeps himself in shape. So I mean, come on.
Somebody said Peterson looks like when them roids hit, he goes into rage.
Yeah, I mean, Peterson always kind of funny. Like you met him, but he always looked like he had a Mike Tyson voice. To me, he just looks like one of them. Yeah, he always looked like one of them dudes that, big dude, but had like a little soft-spoken voice, for whatever reason. I don't remember him talking. I haven't heard him talking in a long time, but I mean,
yeah, he does have a little soft. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But dude, come on, dude. Like seriously, like now again, if you were trying to stay in the NFL, it's over. It's over for you. It's over for you. I really hope him and his wife work it out. I hope he gets it together, man, and don't put your hands on a woman, your wife, the mother of your kids, man. You know what I'm saying?
After surgery, what's crazy? He had 3 ACL surgeries and still rushed for 2,000 one year and rushed for like almost like I think he did rush for 2,000 one year, and then and that next year, that's when the abusive thing happened with the kid. Yeah, it was like the first 7 years he was rushing for like over 1,500 yards.
But why? I mean, again, I don't know. Look, I'm on the outside.
It might be the roids and drugs that's got to 3 ACL surgeries. That's a lot of medication.
You and I on the outside looking in, my brother.
Yeah.
All I can say is, man, you messing up. You trying to go back, stay in the NFL, because really what he's trying to do is, I feel like he's trying to pass some of these records or whatever, maybe win a Super Bowl. It ain't gonna happen, my dude. It's over, But look, keep your hands to yourself, my man. Look, I don't know what happened in your situation. I'm not you. I can only speak from a perspective of a husband and a father of daughters, man. Like, dude, come on, you can do better than that, man. Like, you can do better.
All right, coming to our last topic.
Do better.
Miami Heat player shut down. The Heat player shot down a viral debate over whether the average fan could score 20 points in the NBA. Is that right?
Yeah. Why you looking like that?
Oh, I thought it was something else. Okay. All right.
No, that was it. We just talked about it. You look confused.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, we the same age, man. You look old, it make me look old. Let's not do that. Let's not do it, Jay. Let's not do it.
An average fan can score 20. It depends on who that player is.
No, not a player. A man, average Joe Schmo.
Well, what do you think? What's your take on that?
I could have did it in my prime.
In his prime? In your prime?
Yeah. Look, the thing about it, right? Okay, look, I never had that NBA hype. I never got past 5'10". I just needed really 3 more inches, 2 more inches. What, 5'11", 5'12", 6 foot. I needed 3 more inches to get 6 feet. I never made it. Never quite made it. Was gonna say something, but leave that alone. Let y'all figure that one out.
I'm trying to see here's the ratio at the bottom here. 7.2 said they would drop 20 in the game. 92.8 said they would never.
Well, because they have no athleticism. Let me tell you something, man. Right. You had Muggsy Bogues that made it to the NFL. Muggsy Bogues was like 5.
NBA?
I'm sorry. NBA. Muggsy Bogues was like 5'4", 5'5". Spud Webb was like 5'7". And I know those was back then.
Yeah, but those guys, Spud Webb can jump out the gym at 5'7".
Yeah, they could. You had Nate Robinson.
Another one. Muggsy Bogues was hard to guard because of his size.
Yeah, Nate Robinson was like 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas, not the older Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, Isaiah
Thomas was about my height too, 5'10", 5'9". Look, the reason I said like I probably could have scored 20 or more is because realistically, if you can shoot, how hard is it to get 20 points? If you're 5'10" now, if you're trying to go to the whole laying the ball up and you got a center like a Rudy Gobert or something that's like 7'1", of course it's gonna be hard. But if you somebody that can spot up and shoot, you can get you like 20 points a game. Because all you're doing is shooting like 20, shooting threes look, you hit 5 threes, that's already 15 points. You take like 2 mid-range shots, 19, you get fouled, you take a free throw, boom, that's 20 points.
You got this down to a science then.
Yeah, because what it is you pretty much fight through screens. Somebody gonna get double teamed on the team. Somebody's getting double teamed. So that's gonna leave somebody open. So they're not, look, there's 82 there's 82 games in the season. You telling me the average person or any person couldn't score 20 points in them 80 games, especially if you playing 40 something minutes a game. But let's say you're doing
Is this average person like in basketball shape or just come off the couch?
no, but that's what I'm saying though. What I'm saying is like, I mean, of course, somebody that's not in a prime isn't going to do it. Look, I've had a lot of injuries myself over the years. And I'm not saying this to bring you down because I'm in the same boat you in. You're not the young 20-year-old Jay you used to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not the young 20-year-old JB I used to be.
But who is the average person? What's the average person he talking about?
But that's to be determined. Now, if you're talking about somebody that's a couch potato, which I am now. I mean, I go to the gym. I'm still in good shape, but I would never be in the shape I was at 20 years old. I mean, never. I mean, that's pretty much how it is. But if you're talking about an average person that's still in shape, then yeah, I think somebody can go out there and do it. You know what I'm saying? But this dude basically making it seem like it's just impossible.
No, I ain't gonna say it's impossible now. There's that one person.
What he said. I feel like
my thing is there's that one person that goes to the court every day to play for a moment like that. So yeah, I can see that happening.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. As long as you're in good shape, all you need is a jumper. You know what I'm saying? All you need is a jumper, dude. You just gotta have a good jumper because somebody, let's say right now, right? Okay. Let's say you're 20-year-old Jay Davis, right? And you never played the NBA, but you play street basketball. You can shoot.
I play every day.
Yeah, you got a good J though. You can shoot for three, you got range, whatever. They're not going to guard you because the person's gonna be like, hey man, this dude fresh off the streets, he can't play. Right. So that means you're gonna get every opportunity to take a shot. So if you're playing a whole game, like let's just say, like they say, hey man, look, we're having some kind of thing where, thank you. All right, so let's say like we're having some kind of contest. You win a contest. You get to play on an NBA team for 82 games, and you get to start as many minutes as you want. You telling me the 20-year-old you that played in rec, blah, 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 you out there shooting, you telling me you couldn't get 20 points in a game, at least one out of 82?
Yeah, I understand I wasn't.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. So for that dude to say what it is, he's severely underestimating people, man. Come on, dude. Like, and not only that, if you think about this, how many athletes in this world could have went to the NBA, but maybe something happened. Maybe they went to, prison or something. Maybe they got injured in high school or college. Yeah. Maybe they just chose another path. They became a doctor.
I think what he's looking at is there's people that's on the bench on his team that probably never scored 20 points, but they're in the league right now. So he's trying to say that.
Hey, I tip my hat to them because they making more than me.
Well, yeah.
But that ain't because they good or not good enough to be starters. That's probably because they're sitting behind somebody that's better than them. So that ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
With Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan, if he's in the NBA where he scored 20 points in the game.
Hey, look, you got out of all these people that play, I think it's 400 players in the NBA right now, right? Mm-hmm. So out of those 400 players, there's like, I can't even tell you how many college teams there are. There's thousands of college players that will never make it to the NBA. That don't mean they're not good enough. That just means there was somebody better than them, or maybe they went to the wrong college. Who knows? But to sit there and say the average person couldn't do connection, like, come on, man, that's a bit of an overstatement, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
All right. Now we come to the 5 for the culture. Let me pull up this. me see if I get this right. Tia Cooper. Let me share this. It's one of the first Black WNBA players to have a Barbie doll collaboration. Now as you can see, can you see that?
Yeah, I said.
Yeah. When I thought of this, I thought about the Penny Hardaway, the Penny Hardaway doll.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That was Tyra Banks, fool.
yeah. That was Chris Rock's voice.
Yeah, and now Tia Cooper got a Barbie collaboration. Barbie is huge when it comes to like dolls and stuff. And I have two sisters, so having Barbie collaboration, that's huge. And the first not even black WNBA. I think they had some black Barbie dolls back then, but a black WNBA player. That's pretty cool.
Man, I got it. That is cool, man. But I gotta say, man, I kind of find it ironic that they put like the made a nice looking black girl in the face of the Barbie, because man, like they ain't do one of them, the manly WNBA players, man. They put a pretty black.
No, I mean
Yeah.
there's I ain't gonna say a handful, but I say about 45% WNBA players that actually look decent.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, man, look, I'm saying this, man, but look, I feel like that's great. It wouldn't
I
matter
think
who it was.
Barbie and Motel know what they was doing.
Yeah, I know. Again, like, so I'm not being sexist or whatever. I'm just stating the obvious. Man, they ain't doing no Brittany Griner, man. Come on, dog. They ain't doing
No, but they probably do the other one. What's her name? Skylar Diggins,
Yeah,
Candace Parker.
yeah. So
They need to do Brittany
I'm just
Grinder.
saying, man. Like,
They
let's,
need to do Brittany Grinder.
hey, no, they ain't doing no Brittany Griner. Well, I'm just saying.
Somebody will probably buy that. There'll be one person that buy Brittany Grinder and Barbie doll.
Maybe as a collectible, but I'm just saying, look, look, man, again, man, I always believe in paving the way for others. So I'm just proud. It wouldn't matter if it was a Brittany Griner doll or whoever, Skylar Diggins, whatever. I believe in paving the way. If one person can pave the way for somebody else, then that opens up another door for somebody else. So, I mean, all jokes aside, that this is something, man, that again, like we said on the last podcast, man, like we did last week, it always makes somebody believe that they can be that person.
Right.
They can aspire to become something that they never thought they probably possibly could by seeing, oh, look at this Tia Cooper doll. I want to be like that one day. And then eventually they do. So it always takes one of us, to pave the way for all of us. So that's what I do. That's what I like to talk about. So.
And that concludes our topics for the N.O.T.E Podcast. I'd like to thank everybody who watched us, and we love the comments, man. So if you watch us, man, give us comments, man. We will read every comments out loud from the Facebook Live, and if you decide to come into our Zoom room, we'll let you in everything. But,
yes, and we working on that logo, man. So eventually we want to have some N.O.T.E Podcast apparel, t-shirts, hats, sweaters, whatever. We're working on
and now I got this cool audio board. I can do stuff like this.
Man, we'll holler.
Listen, I got over 25 sounds, man. I gotta look at
man, we will holler at y'all next week. Okay. Next week. Get us out of here, man. You acting a fool. Get us out.
All right, man. That's the N.O.T.E Podcast. That's JB the General. I'm Jay Daves. And we are out.
See y'all.